Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing, testing out both of the Carli Bybel original palette and the deluxe edition palette. So basically, I'm going to be creating the look that I'm wearing right now using the original on my left side and the deluxe one on my right side. I wanted to do this video to show you the difference between both of the palettes since Carli herself did say that this deluxe one was a better and improved formula, but I wouldn't consider this video a tutorial. It's just me comparing both of the palettes, showing you where I apply the colors and how both of the formulas look. So basically what I'm doing is using the same exact shadows in this palette that are also in this palette right here. I just want to see the difference in formula. I know you guys want to see me apply the products already, but let me just tell you a little bit of information for those of you who care. I will have a timestamp down below if you're not interested in like the pricing and all that stuff. Alright, so I did watch Carli's video on her own palette just to give you better information. I will link her video down in the description bar below if you're interested. But anyway, so let me start by saying that the original palette is discontinued. So basically whatever's left, that's it. But she wanted to keep the palette around for one more year. So she thought about creating a deluxe version of her original palette with the same shades, but the difference would be the formula. It's a better and improved formula. And she's also including more shades. 7 new eyeshadow shades and 3 new highlighter shades. So I believe Ulta.com sells it. I don't think they carry it in store yet, but BH Cosmetics has it online and I will link that below as well. Retails for $22.50, which is an amazing price for the quality that you get in here. It's not the best quality, but for the price, I feel like you will get your money's worth and more. I mean, you can create so many looks with this palette. You have your highlighters, your eyeshadows. The blendability on this formula is so nice. Even the original formula, like if you have it, you know, it's so buttery smooth. So I definitely do believe that the deluxe one has better pigmentation on some shadows. So you're gonna see in the review right now that some shadows look exactly the same, but some of them are a little bit more pigmented. Alright, so it comes in the same packaging. This one's just a little bigger than the original one. And the lettering has rose gold instead of the original one, which has silver lettering. So this is how both of the palettes look like side by side. So let me show you real quick which shadows I feel like she did not include in the deluxe version palette. She didn't mention, like she didn't show us what shadows she did not include, but I honestly feel like this one is missing. Is it this one? Yeah, I'm sure it's this one right here, as well as this really pretty coppery color. I feel like those are the only shades that she did not include, but every other shade is in this palette. So you have all of these. The top row is your new shades. These are all new shades, as well as this really beautiful metallic purple shade and this beautiful caramel brown shade. Alright, so for the highlights, this is going to be the new shade. This one was already included. She just made it a little bit more pigmented. And these two shades are new as well. Alright, so now I'm going to do some swatching for you guys just of the new shades. So from left to right, and then this is the purpley metallic shade. So pretty. Now let's do the caramel shade. So, and these are all the new eyeshadow shade swatches. Now I'm going to swatch the first new highlight shade, which is the one in the rectangle. This one right here, and the white and the pink new ones at the bottom. Alright, so sorry guys, I know I'm not the best at swatching, but anyways, I do want to mention something last thing real quick, is that this palette is 100% vegan and cruelty free for my people that love animals like I do. So far I just primed my eyelids using the Milani eyeshadow primer, and then I went ahead and set that with this Tarte Smooth Operator powder in Fair. I'm going to be applying the original Carli Bybel palette on the left side of my face, and then I'm going to use the deluxe edition on the right side of my face. Also remember that I'm going to be using the same shades that both of the palettes share. I just want to see if the quality is a lot better on this one, or if you can skip on this palette if you already own this one, for you guys to see. Let's start with the left side with the original palette. Let's go ahead and take this shade for the highlights, applying it underneath the brow Blending it down. Alright, I'm gonna wipe off my brush. I'm using the same brush, and we're gonna go in the same color on the deluxe size, which would be this one right here. Honestly, I don't see a huge difference. I do notice this one's a little bit brighter, but if you weren't comparing both of them, you probably wouldn't even notice. Now let's do a finger swatch. So original palettes and the deluxe edition. Right, so original and deluxe, they literally look exactly the same. So now it's reversed. This is the original, this is the deluxe. All right, now I'm gonna go in with a transition shade, and in the original palette, I'm gonna take this purpley shade with a fluffy brush. All right, so in the deluxe edition, the equivalent to that shadow would be this one right here. So 1, 2, 3. So they look pretty much the same. This one, I can tell it's a little bit more pigmented. It makes it look a little bit deeper. So what I'm gonna do is try to build this side right here with the original palette to make it look the same. But again, it's not like a huge difference. See, now they look the same. I just added a little bit more over here, and I probably took just a little bit more shadow on this eye. I mean, it could be that. I'm actually going to take that same shadow while I'm at it underneath the lash line. Now I'm going to add a deeper shade. I'm going to take this dark purple here. Alright, the equivalent of that shadow in this palette would be this one right here. So out of all the shadows that I've tried so far, this is the one that I noticed the most difference on. The pigmentation. The color is a little bit deeper, so it looks like a slightly darker purple than this side right here, which means it might have a little bit more pigmentation, because I don't think Carli wanted to change the colors. On her video, she just said that she enhanced the quality. So I'm guessing this one's just a little bit more pigmented. Even though I feel this one's slightly more pigmented, they're both blending really, really nicely. And like I said, if I wasn't comparing both of them together, I probably wouldn't see a huge difference. Alright, moving on to the eyelid, I'm going to take a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pick up some of this color right here. I'm going to dip into this shade. This would be the equivalent shade for the other palette. When applying this shade, I do feel it's a little bit smoother, and it almost has more of a metallic-y finish. So yeah, I do see a difference with this particular shade. The shade looks exactly the same. The only difference that I personally see is that this one looks a little bit more like a metallic finish, as opposed to this one. It has a shine, but it's not as intense as this one. So here's the finger swatch. This is the original, and this is deluxe. So this is the original, and this is deluxe. Alright, you guys know that I love applying a lighter shade to the center of the eyelid. I'm going to take this shade from the palette, and this is going to go onto the center. of our eyelid, and I'm not wetting any of these eyeshadows for this particular video, so that way you can see the true color payoff. Alright, same shadow on the bigger palette would be this one right here. I also noticed a difference with this shadow. This one looks a little bit more, it feels a little bit more pigmented, a lot smoother again. It's a lot brighter than this one. This formula is very, very gold, as opposed to this one you can barely see it. I know it's there, but this one really just pops. So again, original, deluxe. Alright, so I think we put enough eyeshadows to the test. As far as fallout, that's something I wanted to touch on. I feel like the Deluxe has a little bit more fallout, nothing crazy though, which is really nice, especially for the price. That makes me really excited. Alright guys, I already applied my eyeliner and mascara. What do you guys think? I feel like they both look really, really good. I don't see a difference at all, to be honest. Like if I wasn't looking for a difference, they look exactly the same. But if I'm looking for something, this one does look a lot more glowy as far as the eyelid goes. The crease looks pretty much the same. But I'm sure if you wanted this side to look a little bit more foiled like this one, you can just get a little bit of your shadow on the brush and spray it with the setting spray. It'll give you the same effect. Alright, let's move on to the highlighter. I'm going to be taking this highlighter right here. This is a new shade, so this one is, oh wait, I'm using, okay. So I'm starting off with the Deluxe palette. Alright, so that's your highlighter. I actually applied way too much, so let's tone it down a little bit. And the same highlighter on the original palette would be this one right here. Exactly the same. I don't notice a difference in color on. Let's go ahead and swatch it to see. Hang on, let me just finish. It looks like the Deluxe one has a lot more pink in it. The original one looks a little bit more golden. But I mean, they're both really pretty highlighters. I'm not saying I prefer one over the other at all. So basically, to come into conclusion, I recommend both of them for you. If you already own this palette, I don't think you necessarily need this palette, but it's not a bad idea. If you don't mind having the same shades, but you're also getting extra beautiful shades. If you missed out on this one, I highly recommend the Deluxe one. It's such a beautiful palette for only $22.50. And I'm not saying that $22.50 is not a lot of money, because it really is. Like once you start applying taxes, it might be like $24, $25 depending on where you live. But I'm saying that for the price, you're getting really good, amazing eyeshadows. I literally love every single shadow, every single highlighter. You can create so many looks with this palette. So it's perfect for anyone. If you're a makeup lover like me, if you love Carli Bybel and you just want to support her, if you are starting with makeup, if you don't wear too much makeup and don't want to spend $40 on a eyeshadow palette. So definitely, if you can give this palette a try, let me know if you tried it, what your thoughts were, how you liked it. I really hope this video was helpful. Let me know any feedback on the comments below. Like this video if you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for future videos, and I will see you on my next video.